There we go. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. Good morning, WPPL. This is Tele of the Black Panther Legion, doing some farming shenanigans for a change instead of being stuck woodcutting in old school RuneScape. So, instead, you are probably going to have highly interactive gameplay of dealing with these pellet pallets of all things. Um, it's, it's been a while since I've been here the last time, and well, not something witty. Yeah, uh, this is a good time as anything has a WPPL stream. We are community TV extraordinaire, so I happen to be the one that is taking the graveyard shift. Is of some of our Americans, and this fits my schedule. But yeah, yes, yeah, WPPLC. You probably don't you don't probably see the usual suspects because it's going to be a bit of time since Australians will have their prime time. And yeah, Willie, I hear and feel you. It's 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 what it is. Like I used to work as bouncer over 10 years ago, and it's challenging. Um, like once you go beyond your primary um, operating age of 20s, and it's like I think just the fact of like being 20 and you know um, having enough cheap energy drinks to fill that void inside you will keep you running most of the time. I'm also very unfortunate to say that you will pay the bill of that, or your stomach lining will pay the bill of that in some point. Not that it stops me from enjoying coffee and probably doing something a lot more similar, though I try to tone it down nowadays. Because coffee only keeps you running so far. I know for some people it might be heresy to say that, but you know, it's there is a fine line uh, there where, well, yeah, if you're drinking too much, it's not. It's only making you anxious and tired, and that's the unfortunate thing. Like, uh, I wish I could use some other stuff to keep me awake. Uh, but whether it's niacin, whether it's something else, you still run in the pretty much that you are pushing out the inevitable, and I don't want to pick up any other bad habits like drinking excessive amounts of coffee or tea is probably bad enough. But yeah, welcome to the stream. You will hear me babbling. Please feel free to engage me. I'm a very long-winded speaker, so once you poke me enough times, you will probably get me started on something. Hi, Sirac. There we go. that, that that big emote always makes me makes me laugh. It's very appropriate. Um, yeah, it's like whatever is your chosen flavor poison. Like if you have to pull graveyards, if it's energy drinks that keeps you going without too much adverse effects, go for it. If it's good old brown juice, coffee, yeah, go with that. I just try to stick with coffee. It's easier for me to moderate that. Energy drinks can go quickly over, and then there was a time over here in Finland where they offered something akin to Jaeger bombs. So, for those that do not know, it's the heretical combination of energy drinks and alcohol, usually Red Bull or something similar. And yeah, that, let me put it this way: in one point or another in your life, you will stop drinking that. Yeah, like I feel you. I used to work for a supply chain warehouse for 5 years, and uh, you can get away with small cups. Uh, like, but if you either eat too heavy or drink too much coffee, you're not going to have a fun time. Um, Yoshi, yeah, yeah, that's what it does. Like like, I think it's an apt description to say that you feel like running across the ceiling while trying to remain still. At least that's the manifestation I got from it. Because the worst part of those things were at the time that they were the cheap, um, like entry drink. Some of the nightclubs here used to get the people in, like a happy hour in the start of the night, and you are offering like 1 or 2 euro like Jaeger bombs. So I I I, I think it was a relatively insane solution, but it definitely kept people up and running. Yeah, and Yoshi, I think you can imagine like when um, uh, when like like there's a local saying is that like it's a nightclub that is aimed uh, for the people that have just tried the ripe old age of like uh, I'm an adult and I know what I'm doing, which in here is 18. And you can probably see that where it's going at this point. Um, oh, really, I would wish where the age of people like would acknowledge that they somewhat know what they are doing would be 30, but like these nightclubs were serving people uh, like like yeah like serving people that are 1 or 2 years from being allowed to drink alcohol, and you have boys that probably have the uh, temperament of of what people at that age have. I'm trying to refrain from some more inappropriate jokes because I tried hold this at least somewhat family friendly. But yeah, like let me put it this way: it was nice when I was one of those kids, uh, and then when I was bouncer, uh, going to those nightclubs, it was not such a good time for some strange reason. Uh, Yoshi, I'm turning 36 this year, and I feel you. Yeah, yeah, we did drinking age here is 18. So, yeah, it's 18-year-olds. It's 18-year-olds, mostly, at those nightclubs. So, no, but yeah, it's good that I don't have to do bouncing anymore. I like, I tip my hat to people that can do a job like that for the whole career. Um, like I didn't have such a bad time, but in some point I decided that maybe not working nights is not something that I would want to do the rest of my life. Like I saw my mother like working um, like rotating three shift system for for most of my life until about 3 years ago as a nurse. So yeah, like it's night shift is better too, bad for you in some ways. I think it's just acknowledge, and I do fully understand that like there's not really a choice for some people unless you want to stick like to specific fields, like 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 warehousing. Like there is there is a real need for a night shift, but yeah, it's not optimal. Yeah. Oh, good old Bacardi, like those witty as you mentioned. Sorry, Yoshi, when you mentioned freezer, like I'm getting flashbacks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting flashbacks. So let's see. Oh no, I have crash for days. Let's just kindly please look the other way. Just look the other way. I didn't want to see that field. I do not want to see that field. I was thinking that I have enough time to before the stream to get the forestry and finally start chipping away at that field. It turns out I do not. But yeah, like definitely one of the more pronounced things I get with getting older. I know it's a first world problem, but it's like I I'm getting dehydrated a lot more easily, and I do notice the effects. It's not like when I was 20 and you know, well, the juice from the the coffee bean juice is enough to keep me hydrated. It does not work like that anymore. especially as I have heavily cut down the amount of coffee, and caffeine in general. But yeah, I want to consume coffee to a level that it still works. Because if it doesn't, I am generally in trouble. I already have long enough days, and if the coffee doesn't work, things do not happen. Like there's been a couple times I tried to have like you know minimal amounts of it for a couple of weeks to just uh, push down the addiction. Yeah, and just to pick on what Witty just said. Yeah, that that feedback every once in a while. It's not like it's not subtle hint. It's like oh, you decided to eat too much. Have some heartburn. Oh, you decided that like you would drink this energy drink without eating properly first. Oh, here's uh, bonjour from your stomach lining. Oh, you decided not to eat enough fiber. Yeah, we do. Like, I think that's a fair assessment. It's like, usually at that point you get the feedback the missile has already been fired, or the shot has left the barrel for for the reply. I'm not gonna lie. It's 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 what it is. I think there's no way around describing it otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, like I think there are times and scenarios that you can overdrive a lot of the feedback. Like you don't need to necessarily fall inside the spectrum, but it definitely in my like in my experience it will require like hyperfixation of some sort. Experience that childlike joy all of us pretend adults keep chasing. Like I, I fully admit to being a man child. Uh, there's not way around that, and it's good to have those things. Yeah, Woody. Thanks for stopping by, and get some sleep. Get some sleep. You will find the usual suspects on later on this community TV channel. So yeah, it's like for me the biggest man-child stuff that keeps me going is poetry and some of the gun stuff. Those like tune me out quite well to a point that I need to, put on a timer that I will actually take a break and rest. And then I've been at it for a couple of years, so I would dare to say that like it's not the novelty anymore that does it. It's more that it's it's something else from the stuff that I do in the computer. Yeah, Yoshi, I can unfortunately experience imagine that sometimes that is very very useful, and I can say like when you need to concentrate on something, like for example studying, it would be very useful. Um, but at the same vein of thought, yeah, those signals are there for the reason, for better or for worse. So, like I do think like it's if you fall. Oh wow, I messed it up. Oh, I saved it. Yeah, if you can, if you can, not get the extreme end. Well, the either extreme end. I think it's a good middle ground. Yeah, yeah. It's that th- that thing is a whole kind of worm on its own, and it's coming from a personal experience, some of the stuff can be uh, challenging, whether it's actually that lack of that specific sense, or whether it's being aversive to other people uh, touching you and getting easily overwhelmed. I tend to be of the latter camp because of previous history. Not to take this road to anything too dark, but again, it is what it is. But I have the very fortunate thing of being Finnish, so I can, you know, be a social recluse on most times of my choosing. So it helps a lot to balance it out. But yeah, sometimes they're like when you have some of your own stuff. Sometimes the hard part is keeping other people aware because on the individual level, I see a lot of great and understanding people on some of the challenges um, like people have. Um, but at the same time, there's also a large body of people that probably don't even want to start understanding some of the issues. But again, they are allowed to their opinion, and in some points, I just stay away from them. Like it's very fortunate that I live in a country that I can be a crocknot in my cave while still being part of the society, still being part of a lot of hobbies that do involve dealing with other people. But what I try to convey is that like it might take time finding those people that you can be comfortable hanging around with, but speaking from a personal anecdote, it can still be so rewarding to have those people around you, even though even them will at times require work, but that's social relationships for you. And, but don't take me as a great guru of social cues. I'm probably not a prime example of some of the stuff, especially due to the way how I talk. Oh, Yoshi, yeah, definitely. The thick skin helps. Um, to be fair, like I haven't seen a lot of problems with that besides like some specific type of people in some of the work environments. Usually people pass the I think the great divider is maybe something like 27. That's how I when I saw most of the people, uh, let's say, settling down, and it definitely changed a lot of them, and it changed some of the people around me that had stuck with me until that point. Generally for the better. There's always going to be people that will double down on the madness, and yeah, well, let me put it this way. Um, yeah, I'm not a person to avoid a good shit post, but there are some specific subset of behaviors that are not very approachable when you try to deal with other people, and once you see those red flags coming from people, you trot away to the sunset. And you keep looking forward, and you do not look back. But yeah, morning night owl. Uh, yeah, I wish like some things would be like they would be in my 20s. Uh, Fortunately, I have gone through my share of shenanigans, and I'm uh, quite lucky that I came out from a lot of that stuff on top. So I don't have anything from that, but yeah, I will see how my knees will start doing past 40, because that feature of them becoming achy seems to be hard coded to the family DNA in some point. Just sorry, concentrating on reading. Ah, Yoshi, that's that's very annoying, because again, I just want to point out, like there are some things that you probably cannot completely change. However, at the same breath, I want to say there are a lot of things you can do something for, and that is sometimes hard. Sometimes you can try your best, but uh, I'm I'm very sorry to say, but to some people that is what you get for improving things and not uh, stewing in the puddle, so to say. Because yeah, like if you happen to be a highly functioning like person with some of that stuff, yeah, some people don't believe you. and that's really a shame. Uh, yeah, night owl. Yeah, some traits like I personally, even uh, with like modern knee pads, I haven't had any knee issues. But even with modern gel pads, I probably wouldn't like to push it. Yeah, well, Yoshi, like for some people, it's fear of failure, and I can definitely empathize with that. It's just that on a personal level, I do know that some things have taken me a lot of failing to get into a state that I've been happy with the change. And that's I how I approach most things. I just need to have it. I have to have the ability to admit that I'm wrong. Like I have admitted that I'm wrong and have done something stupid, and it has probably hurt my career in some point. I fully acknowledge that, but that's also the person I want to do. Like, I don't think myself as particularly smart, and I don't say this to put myself down. Uh, it's just that I will acknowledge that some things will take me consistent effort and bashing my mental head against the wall enough times and failing enough time to learn something, and I work my life around that. Because there has been a time with some stuff that I have probably wondered and feared about not changing some things in my life, and if I would have used the same amount of time to fix the actual issue, even while failing to fix the issue, but just doing my best and trying, I could have probably already be I could have been well on my way to fix that. Granted, it's not like approach that works on everything. There's always a bit of nuance for something, and with some stuff you might need some professionals to help you fix things. But it's still your job to, well, go to those professionals and uh, get help to fix some things. And now I have to catch on chat. And it's like, but yeah, just to comment on this one viewpoint as well. For some people, it's the fact that like they maybe have their tolerance as well, and by this I mean is that uh, they are willing to tolerate a lot of personal discomfort from the way they are thinking, from the way they have their life, without actually like wanting to change some of that. Like for some people, it's not always a lack of trying that they fear, but there are some people that don't get themselves together until the reality hits them to the face. Like, well, I put it this way: like, I'm still a big guy, but I'm not nearly as big how I used to be. Even though I didn't get into the white thumb levels ever, in my life. Uh, However, it's still that it's something that I saw with my uh, friends with specific age bracket a lot. Uh, it either took them getting to a specific BMI, uh, not being able to do the things they liked, or unfortunately getting a diabetes diagnosis. And that was the point that they decided that now it's time to change. They had a very high tolerance to exist in their comfort zone, which is fine, but I wouldn't wish any type of diabetes on anyone. Because, yeah, it's not nice to deal with. And my cousin and one of my best childhood friends has they both have type 1, like and yeah, that's a bummer. That's the only way to say that. That is polite enough for this stream. Yeah, Yoshi, that is a good example. Like some hobbies and things will start. I do have to confess that like I know some things that are really good for me. Like for example, I my upper body seems to respond really well to rowing, and like it definitely is something that keeps a lot of my discomfort in check. Uh, and well, it's just the fact that I really, really, really dislike it. I like the effect, and it's the same thing with elliptical. Like I like and I need that steady state cardio for some stuff. But I really, really, really dislike them, and those are the things that unfortunately work really well for me. So I just keep at it. It's if that is the discomfort I need to face, while keeping myself at least some semblance of fitness, it is what I must do. There's no way around it. It's the stuff that I at least try to be adult about. And again, it is what it is. Yeah, like I wish there would be a practical way for me to do that all year round, but there is the sea that is very close to me, but it's with rowing, I have noticed that it's something that like I I need if I do it in the meat space, I need to have the change of scenery. And yeah, um, Yoshi, I would probably do the same if I would have the space to have the elliptical or rowing machine at home. We are filled up to brim currently, and there's the fact that the closest gym I have is actually in a population shelter that is about 50 meters from our front door in the city, and it's about the same in the estate. so they don't have TVs because it's a free uh, gym for the housing unit. But yeah, it's like well, for now I just work around the discomfort, and I do skiing in the winter, so there is that. Even though it's not the thing I generally like, especially in specific weathers. Uh, but it's a really good workout. It's a really good workout. I like it's for me. It's a lot more better than running on a lot of levels. But yeah, like if rowing and kayaking work for people, like I'm all for it. Yeah, sorry, I noticed that like old school RuneScape was definitely better for following the chat. I I'm still wrapping my head around streaming and doing things at the same time. But yeah, like it's definitely something that yeah, the grass must flow. It's you can embed Dune memes to everything nowadays. But it's definitely like good to see that franchise enjoy some let's say uh, some well-deserved attention. I'm not going to make any commentary on the movie, especially if like people haven't watched it, even though it's a small stream. But uh, I would like to still keep spoiler tax on or something like that. All I can say from the Duning is that the second part I did really enjoy. Like it's I I this is a preface. I haven't been like to movies a lot in the past couple of years due to the events. Like for some strange reason things have been thrown into a blender since 2020. That's life for you. Anyway, yeah, it's like Dune is a nice thing. I have watched 2 episodes of Masters of the Air, and I have watched the first episode of the Shogun series, and yeah, they generally seem like very decent series, and this comes from a dude that does not like watch a lot of TV, and I don't watch a lot of series, but these got recommended to me enough, so I just wanted to go and see what all of that is about. And yeah, I generally think like it's good to say like what I would describe more traditional movies and the traditional uh, TV series being brought back in a way that they don't feel like money grabbing remakes. Yeah, yeah, that is fair, Yoshi. Like, it's but like, but I'm definitely not surprised that like what many people think is yeah, the Mario universe character, if you want to call Yoshi a character. So yeah, it is what it is when you get some of the stuff that has a far more earlier meaning mixed with the video game culture of today, and it's like there are some. For example, I used to play Evil Line for a long time, more or less from 2007 to 2019. So a lot of years, and yeah, some of those ship names do have a lot of references. They did not come out of nothing, and well, not all of people know that, and that's the way it is with a lot of things. And uh, sorry, I'm taking uh, a stretch, and I'm taking a water break. My uh, my body is not uh, too stiff, but I thank you for claiming those night owl. I check my posture and stretching a bit of my upper back to see if I get some snap crackle pop. Uh, because this is the thing. This is yeah. Thank you for reading in those night owl. Like this is the thing. Like this is the specific reason why. Even though I like streaming, I like working in front of a computer compared to some of the more uh, heavier work I could be doing. But at the same time, that's specifically the reason why I try to have like something else to do, because if I would need to sit more than now in front of a computer, which is due to the studying and some other stuff, that's 8 to 10 hours a day before next autumn. I really do need something to balance that, and even now, I can only keep it somewhat in balance. So those good, uh, it's good to have those breaks every now and then, and it's easy to forget. So if I'm not on stream, I do usually have a timer beeping to do those. And having a standing desk definitely helps, because even if you are not standing all the time or cannot stand, you can adjust the desk to your liking and keep switching it up just a little bit. And that for me tends to keep a lot of the stiffness away. Because generally speaking, the worst thing is, yeah, just to uh, just sit in one specific position, and that will make me very, 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 uh, very much like a person that feels my age. Oh, they have this nowadays. Nice. I do actually have a like a secret lab chair. I think it's the Titan one, and it's been really good so far. Like I have had it for a couple of years, and um, let me put it this way: I would not go back to the. And I'm sorry to admit this, but um, I had the option of like getting used gaming chairs from my friends, but I did notice that before this, using a kitchen chair of all things was a lot more better than a bad gaming chair, because some of those they seem like a good thing at first, but some of them are very, very atrocious things that sure, like they will provide you a place to sit, but they are not good for you, especially like for me the worst thing that I can do, like I can lounge about um like and not have a very like optimal chance, but if a chair allows me to hunch over and have my shoulders rotate forward, like no, no, that is definitely not a thing that, well, if a chair facilitates that, that does a number on me. That is something I know. Yeah, Yoshi, about yeah, I'm 7 centimeters shorter than you, and slightly less weight. I don't know the exact. I should be around 95 kilos at the moment. So not be all end all thin, uh, and still definitely above normal. Uh, but yeah, like 100 kilos seems to be like 90 to 95 in the sweet spot for me weight wise, and then I just need more stamina to keep the steam on. But yeah, I think normal run of the mill chairs are more catered to people that are below 80 kilos, which for better or worse are a decreasing number of people. I'm, I'm I'm sorry to say that as well, but that's also the fact. And like especially with the height you have, I think like going below a certain weight is not going to be very, very healthy. That's just the way of things. But yeah, the cheap chairs don't facilitate that, and I I did not buy them because there was a time when a lot of the gaming chairs were really cheap here locally, and then the decent chairs that were available were either used office chairs that still had a quite hefty premium, or new chairs or new monitor chairs. Even though those monitor chairs, they are really, really good, they are also so expensive. Like some of them are ridiculously priced. Granted, you, with some things you do need to pay. Some things are worth the money, and if I would have to work full time, I would definitely consider upgrading even this Secret Lab chair, even though it's a really nice one. But still, those monitor chairs would probably be a lot more better based on the fact that I have tried some of the ones my friends have. But you know, 2 to 3,000 euros for a chair is a lot of money for me. But it's also those things that I like, because this city apartment is relatively small, especially probably for American standard. This is like 60 square meters. I don't know how much that is, but it's basically 2 people and a small dog. So yeah, it doesn't need to be very big. So we have most things a normal flat has, but for example, because I'm running a computer with 3 displays, we do not have a TV, and my spouse is doing a lot of like knitting projects and just lounging about with the dog. So one of the first things when like she graduated and had like some of her paychecks come in, I threw some money at her and then forced or goaded her to go and find herself a proper chair that is large enough for her to lounge around with the dog. It's large enough and something to have like uh and then to get something large enough to fit the small dog and something to rest her legs. So basically a chair and then something to hold your legs on. Like that chair is really really good. It's really durable, and it has every features she wants. It did cost her and me about 2,000 euros, so it's not definitely something you like buy every day. But at the same time, because we don't have um, sofa taking space, because most people that visit us are coming to the estate. So we don't have. If we see people in the city, we usually go outside. And mostly, if people come to visit us at this place, it's generally 2 to 4 people in total. So there is really not need for a lot of sitting space, and that's how it is. So what I'm trying to say is that I would not be scared to spend money on things that I think that are generally good for you, even though I'm relatively thrifty when it comes to some other stuff. But something that definitely comes with age is that either by having been forced by the life examples to be thrifty, or having had enough purchasing mistakes, you try to spend money in a way that it is most meaningful for you. And since a lot of people tend to sit around a lot nowadays, yeah, whether it's a chair, whether it's like a recliner chair, whether it's something else, I think that is a very good place to spend money on, because for some people you are spending more than a third of your life in one of those things. And that's not even like and that's not even exaggeration. And the same thing definitely goes for bed. Like there is, at least here, a lot of overpriced things when it comes to beds. But at the same time, if you sleep in a thing that is not good for you, I tend to prefer a very hard bed, like a futon or something. That really helps to keep my back in check. But again, that might not be the same thing for you. So, PSI, consume, consume, consume. But buy those things that are right for you. And if you don't know, find them out. Yeah, and just to say, I generally like to make the living space small, to just comment on that. Oh, like we are paying next to nothing as rent on this one, and then the place we own in the forest property, it's not much bigger. But that's also the fact that there is a lot of other things there that are pricey, like and it has all there's basically a metalworking shop there, because my father is a blacksmith. There's a woodworking shop, there's all the, you know, leatherworking tools, there's all the sheet metal tools, you know, everything, almost everything you can desire. So, yeah, like, again, it's spending money where it matters. Yeah, Yoshi, I think that's the same example, like, to buy something cheap, because, like, like, and sometimes you just need items that uh, fill the function. For example, like, there are, like, people might despise, like, IKEA, whether it's the memes or something else, and I don't like definitely a lot of their wood-like products. Trademark. Uh, However, like, for example, if you go like cookware and utensils, there's some very solid deals out there, and there's some like cheap IKEA. Yeah, yeah. That, Yoshi, that's what they are. So it's not even like uh, MTF or like laminated wood or anything like that. It's just, you know, no, wood paper. However, like they have like some of their like cheap plastic beer glasses, and, you know, other semi-plastic glassware. Um, I bought those things dirt cheap when I was moving away from home in 2010, and those things have been through a ringer. So for the price, uh, you know, I bought them. Uh, they have been very close to being indestructible. And sometimes you just need classes that are not fancy. Sometimes you need utensils that just do need to fill the function. Like if you can get a coffee cup for €1, that coffee cup that you get with the fancy picture is not necessarily going to be like 15 times better, even if it costs 15 times as much. There are definitely benefits on some items that pay more. I am first to acknowledge that, but if you need a coffee cup, there is time and place throwing money at it. But I do have to mention I'm very biased when it comes to wood products, because my spouse from her previous profession is a wood artisan, and we have always had access to lumber and planks at home, because unlike many people, we can make our own planks. And yeah, that is not something that everyone can do. So if I need something to make a table, I can just make the planks. Yeah, I think the latest man-child purchase I enjoy the most is a horizontal bandsaw for logs that is able to deal with big ones. So you can get those big and hefty pliers, and then when you need specific level planks, you can then cut them to smaller bits. But if you need if you just want the widest plank possible, you can do that as well. So there is that. Yeah, Yoshi, we have horizontal on the pool, and we have two types of woodworking lathes. We have a lot of stuff, stuff for woodworking. So it's like I say, it's definitely a blessing to have something like that. It's like I'm not very skilled when it comes to that compared to my spouse and father, but at the same time, like, I can do my fair share, and I can do most of the things in the way I would like to do them. And if I don't know something, I do have the information available for me just by the virtue of having these people close to me and around me. And it's like but it's like that's the thing for those things, because utilities are not free, so it's not free to have those spaces of warm all year around and blah blah, those things. But paying those costs and having those machines and taking care of them just facilitates a lot of my in-demand child, and yeah, I will keep taking care of them and using them. And even if, let's say that it's not because it's definitely not economically viable at times but sometimes there's a value on its own. Oh, there was something there. Um, there's inherent value on making things yourself and having the right materials available. Because, oh, Yoshi, I do agree. And again, having that ability that I get from the wood and metal working shops we have, uh, they are really nice. Like the capability is something that like no matter the type of like garage I would go for in the city, or no matter the type of like shed approach I would take here, there would just be no comparison. like like it's like, let me put it this way, most of the sheds and garages people do stuff in uh, tend not to have like three-phase power, for example. Yeah, like lates are nice, especially like if you happen to have a CNC lathe. it does. Uh, it does help a lot with some things. I just forgot what I was doing there for a second. I'm not sure. Like, we should have about half an hour left. Yeah, more or less exactly. I'm not sure if someone is coming to take over after me. I think there should be Stuka according to the schedule. Uh, however, I'm not sure if Stuka is coming this week. Probably. We'll see. We'll see. But you still have 30 minutes of my babbling to go. But yeah, like I'm, and again, like I'm not trying to put anyone down from like complete hand tools and sheds and uh, like that, but it's the main thing I say that like if some hobbies get out of hand, and I do know this from a personal experience. Uh, if if you're really interested about these things, um, you are going to overgrow uh, that shed or garage very fast. Like, and yeah, having having welders is nice. Having forge hammers is nice. And even if it would just be, um, the electric bellows and the furnace or electric furnace, like you can start away very small, but even if it's just a hobby that gets out of hand, it will take like it will take a solid building to uh, have some equipment. That's just the way of things. But if if you cannot physically have the space, it is what it is. I'm blessed enough to have it. Yeah, I like our closest neighbor in like the closest neighbor we have from the house we are mainly staying in is about 500 yards, and from my parents' place it's about 300 yards. They are within the same estate, but they are just closer to the city. So there's that. Yeah, it's going to be. We can definitely make a lot of like racket before it becomes a problem. Yeah, like Forge Hammer makes surprisingly little sound uh, if your metal is heated properly, depending on from the type you have. But yeah, still. Uh, Try guy, I'm driving it sober for the stream. Maybe I'll have a stiff one after. Maybe. Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, if you don't base a thing properly, like your uh, your neighbors will have background noises, and if they are close enough, even that is not going to help. Then I think that's a fair assessment. Like, yeah, I've seen some forge hammers on without the proper base on concrete floors, and it's like, yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I'm not surprised that the dogs would react like that. But still, like, again, go for that shit. Go for the expansions, and once you start doing enough upgrades for that shed, it will become a workshop, and you probably ran out of space in your property. I'm not gonna lie, because again, the woodwork stuff is nice, and then you need proper space for the building, and yeah, it will get out of hand very quickly. But if it's a thing you like, I think it's worth every cent you can throw at it. Because, you need to have the man-child stuff to keep yourself, like some people might be content of gaming, but I definitely say that I need other stuff away from the computer. Uh, um, However, like, yeah, I need some time away from the computer to make games feel nice, or feel stuff around computer to feel nice. That's just me, and probably some other people as well. Because yeah, there was that glorious time of early 20s that I could sit in front of computer all day, and it wasn't even like escapism or anything else like that. Nowadays, even if I have all the time in the world, I just physically can't. Like, I can maybe keep at it for a couple days, but that's it. Like, I will run out of Steam to play games, no matter how nice the game is. Like, I have done very little game purchases, but this year, even though like I was very very hesitant to get it, I think apart from Dominion 6, a very decent buy has been Helldivers. But that's what everyone else is playing anyway, so I'm not going to stream that. Yeah, again, time and place for uh, uh, everything. I just come from the approach that keep I keep the living space small, so I have more uh, money and space for other things. Like it's the house that was completely built by my father that we have at the estate is like again 80 square meters, not too big, but again that's more enough for two people and dog. My parents live and it's like 120 squares, but if you count in all the utility buildings we have, I think we are running quite close to maybe 400 square meters on that estate. Plus semi-temporary shelter buildings that don't have heating, but heated space is very close to very close to 400 square meters in total. And then there's a fair bit of land in hectares, so half hillbilly. Hi Kendall, welcome to the farm and sim part of this community TV. It's not Friday, and it's not the bulk of the usual suspects, but yeah, it's me here for another 20 minutes. Yeah, Yoshi, like that's probably like most people's dream if they are like how should I say this politely, craft oriented people, and that workshop size for some people might seem obscene, but it runs out very fast. Yeah, yeah. it's it's like like my father and our common interests and purchases have probably saved me a lot of hassle. Um, so like it's been nice to be able to, something that has been thought out before me and designed to work as intended, even though some of the spaces are transferred places from the times they used to do farming and handle cattle, but still. Yeah, I, I say this the nicest way possible. I wish I would not know what you are talking about and saying, what do you mean running out of bench space? Is there such a thing? Oh yes, yes there is. Yeah, Yoshi, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Like, plus, like, it's, like, like, many people are surprised, like, once you get to the certain level of, like, equipment, like, a lot of it is facilitating the space around them, so it's actually safe. Also, what many people were forget is that again you need the you know workbench and assembly space for some of the stuff. and then you also need to be able to move around in the shop, which is important as well. And also, like, when it comes to especially if you have to do painting and like other stuff, yeah, you need somewhere to hang things. We are doing uh, most of the painting in uh, in part of the building that can allow a medium tractor to enter, so we can use the like very much an attachment like this on the in the front handler. So where is it? Where have I hidden my tools? It's been a while. So yeah, we have front loader like this, and then we have the forklift attachment, and it does the job. It's obviously like due to the entryway needing to be so large, for the maintenance there's only limited directions you can bring stuff in, but it's good. Yeah, like it's good enough. And it's again like due to having worked in a warehouse, yeah, I would like to have a traditional forklift once we've been used some of the spaces, but it's also something that because we already have a medium-sized tractor, it's very hard to justify that cost, because even this tractor that we use is actually older than me. It's very hard to justify like something else that starts to be to the price that is very comparable to something that is like a used tractor. Oh yeah, I'm very aware. Uh, um, we like just to yeah like well, I'll put this to perspective, even though this might sound like a humble brag. Is that we generally, when it comes to steel, we deal in tons and tens of tons. The largest that I have ever seen my father buy is probably 15 tons at once, which is a lot for a single person working, mind you. And yeah, especially like you need tools and you need space to store like even though boards are relatively like light when they are completely dried, to have that space to dry them, uh, because if you want to actually like you at least need some weather protection in that space, if you want to, like if you don't want to ruin the planks in the long run, you do need a lot of space to store them. And there's a lot of uh, stuff that comes from long-term storage of food. And if you want to have like several varieties available for you, yeah, that again, that 50 square meter workshop is going to fill up quite fast. And obviously, like, yeah, and I thought, yeah, just to jump on within the same discussion, yeah, no, milling machines like manual lathes, something, those things, unless something crazy happens and like a motor that is easy to replace, uh, like they become completely unavailable. Some of those things will probably outlast me, but that's just the way of things. Yeah, Yoshi, like I have had to deal with some of that stuff while living already. Is that because I study in the school of Kakonia to be engineer of logistics, and I have seen how it pans out in real life as a storage worker. So I'm aware, and let's say that even if you would, you know, uh, pass all the standard that is available, uh, it still doesn't remove the need for having that moving space between the shells and all that. And and something that some people will come and say to you, "What do you mean? A single board is not that heavy. Uh, you could move that by hand." Uh, sure, maybe for the first two rows of shelving, but like I know some people that will daily climb to 8 to 10 meters to, you know, do some stuff around the storage units or to repair them or whatnot. I do know those people, but if you are going to move a not insignificant amount of things from high up, you do need something that is very specific for that environment. Whether that's a train, whether that's something else, and yeah, and that is completely correct. Like, falling from high places is no joke. Like, it's like I have had some stern reminders of that. Like, for example, the place of my parents didn't have those snow stops on the roof before they were installed by my father. Um, so, for example, my grandfather, before those snow stops were there, uh, he when he was removing snow from the roof, he got the free ride down, and he was very fortunate that um, there was a pile of snow that was not rock hard there to absorb the landing, and same happened to my father as well, and they both got off lucky because um, like if if the snow would have uh, taken my father maybe 3 or 4 feet to the side, yeah, he could have probably okay, sure, it's all like some people would say oh, it's only like something like uh 16 to 20 feet fall, you can take it. And I'm like, yeah, would you like to try that? You're like going in head first. And all of a sudden they start thinking, yeah, maybe not. Like, it's different to fall feet first to something, even though even that can screw something up. But if you come head and hand first, yeah. Oh yeah, like I have seen like I can remember a lot of times from my days as a young lad, you know, um, it's more than one occasion where I have seen people like twist their angle or actually break it. Like, I don't mind my saying that, like, at the time it was very nice to go outside on female company, but there's one more than one occasion I have seen ladies deciding to dance on tables and then deciding, okay, now's a good point to jump down while wearing high heels. And that is something I cannot fathom. But, like, no, like, don't get me wrong, dance on tables all you want, but maybe if you do so, please take off your high heel shoes. Because, yeah, if you facilitate something like that happening, your actions might have consequences. So yeah, like, it's anyway, the point is that like I have seen dumb things happen, and I've probably done dumb things when I've been young. But at the same time, I want to say is that I can learn from other people's mistakes and some of my own, and safety is definitely something I don't want to joke around with. I have seen too much things happening. So, let me put it this way: if this is the thing that keeps me from taking unnecessary risk, because this is the thing with a lot of stuff, whether it's being prepared to give first aid, whether it's prepared to safety, is that yeah, okay, there's a code. I think that's the first one for me. Anyway, yeah, like on work sites, yeah, you are supposed to have those legally mandated work safety things. It's just that, like, not all of the people follow them at home, and I'm generally the guy that does carry a kit and has learned how to use it, and I have needed to use it a number of times. Unfortunately, for example, to one of the friends of my father-in-law, and yeah, chainsaws and people do not mix, for example. Believe it or not. Uh, so yeah, like yeah, that is definitely my first quote. Like, I think this is the fourth proper stream I've done, and I'm working at this time, and when I'm with bulk and the crew, uh, yeah, when I'm with the bulk and the crew, I'm usually a lot more toned down. Not that I don't enjoy their company, not that I don't enjoy the stream, but it's the fact that it's 4 a.m. when the stream starts, and even though I love my spouse, talking and playing at that time is very much in the vein of I try not to scare the witch. Because, well, she's working hard, and, I try to give her well deserved rest. Even though I'm usually up very early because it allows me to do a lot of things. Yeah, we are at crazy number of quotes. Yeah, five 5,147. Oh no, that's a lot of quotes. I think Night Owl is our quote leader. Probably. Probably. Maybe. Anyway, I need to. I try to get rid of this bale. This is Giants. Why your physics no work? Oh yeah, Grimos is doing a lot. Either he's doing a lot of quotes or he's doing a lot of quotable material. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is yeah. This is Giants physics in play, and this is. I like that they added this pellet system from the previous games, because it wasn't this one, and they added it for free. But you can only sell these pellet bales when they are like straight, and I managed to screw this one over. So it's there we go. I got it crashed. And for those of you that play Farming Sim 22, like it is what it is when it comes to this game's physics. Like I think they created this physics system just to spite people. There we go. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the physics in this game, they work surprisingly well for the tractors and the big main machines, what people use most of the time. However, like, if you buy this game, even if you like forestry, get an auto load mod. You don't want to load some of the timber stuff they have by using like a log attachment to one of these front handlers, or using telehandlers, or using some of the bigger industrial forklifts, or steel loaders, or front loaders or anything like that. Like they do not work. And I would like to do wood chips for my machine. Oh, and Yoshi, it still is. Like it still is a nightmare. And I wish they would do a different physics system, but we'll need to go and see. I'm not very optimistic in a way that they are going to change it even in the next one if they can get away with it. But we'll see. Anyway, this has been my stream, so thank you guys for sticking around. You managed to survive listening to my ramblings, and there was actually 10 of you, which is very surprising considering like how this is probably worst times. The peak popularity that I have had has probably been 20. So anyway, thank you for sticking by. You guys have a good one. Take care, and we always get to see if Stuka is taking over. But now I go. Bye.